So the next one in line is going to be right about now the Mediterranean. Second home map for Pennywise. And he wants to be using Zeus here. Interesting choice by Kiludai, who's gonna be right about now coming for Kronos. I was kind of really thinking that Isis would be quite a solid choice for him here. I'm thinking that Isis is really underused lately, because that's a little a myth. I'm thinking that she's somehow weak. No, she's not. She's definitely not. You can, for example, see that Joe used her to be playing in the finals against Player. And he executed her quite well, but he... kind of some things could have been done slightly differently maybe, but still, it was definitely God that allowed him to be basically fighting with Player in there, instead of using Ra and some others. Not only Ra, he actually used in Ra in the first game, and he was getting really kind of manhandled there, if I remember correctly. Not that badly, but he wasn't having that an easy game that maybe somebody could be expecting. And Isis, well, she's underused lately, so hopefully she's gonna be coming back into fashion sometime. And well, let's see how Raitama Kiludai is gonna be using the Kronos in this match and in this game, because he is on the edge of the chasm, or being eliminated from the tournament in the first round. And well, Thomas Shelby is the one who is holding him there. So let's see if he can somehow come back. So he's starting with the build order right now. Pennywise as the Zeus, going for the piggies to begin with. Gonna be getting, of course, the starting ones right off the bat. Finding them with the Catastrophe on the left side. A few more still. Gonna be coming forward yet again. Needs to be as quick as possible, as the enemy Oracle is also on the way in there. Now, so all the way to the top is gonna be already Kiludai, of course, finishing with the dog and having a few more extra piggies in there available to him. So this is looking kinda alright as far as the fishies go. To the bottom side, this is not entirely all that ideal for Pennywise, but we are in 1v1, so the map is not entirely all that huge, so you can be easily getting Dockabad like there. And is he gonna be screwing him too badly? Yeah. Pennywise knows that you can be still depositing the food when the temple is, or the dock is being deconstructed. I'm thinking it's pretty much the same as when you are deconstructing a temple and your opponent advances, he's still gonna be getting the free mythical unit out of it. So reconstruction, you need to be careful about it, and if you are deconstructed, then basically just put all those fishing boats exactly back, so they can be depositing all the food that they have already gathered to help your build order as much as possible, so that it's not all that denied. But right now, Pennywise, he probably shouldn't be having that much of a problem still, I'm expecting. Or maybe he will be, actually having a bit of a problem. But right now he's getting that, and he deposited from about like 3 fishing boats, so he should be having plenty of food. So yeah, not much of a problem. He's gonna be delayed maybe a few seconds, maybe like 5-10 seconds. So this is the construction. I'm thinking didn't exactly do all that much damage that potentially Kiludai wanted and hoped for. Bit of extra piggies are gonna be apparently stolen, unless right about now Pennywise is gonna be stealing them back. Exactly. Doesn't seem like that Kiludai wants to be fighting for it all that much. Not like he can fight. You can see no attack, obviously, against the 2 attack. So not much really going on in here as far as the battle. As Belt of Argos is definitely quite nice relic for unit line of sight. And it's gonna be certainly helpful right about now for the blue player, and to the blue player, rather. Okay, so Temple is already finished right now for the Kronos. He's gonna be having tons of piggies right about now available to him. Also next to the wild ones in there, as he's gonna be switching into Prometheus in no time, I'm expecting. Yep, there he is. There is the Prometheus. As for the opponent, he's gonna be advancing a bit later. You can see right now 259 food available to him, but he should be having quite a lot of it really soon, and he shouldn't be really that far behind his opponent. Let's see, second dock already finished. This is quite a nice defensive build-up, and also helpful for the economy. So this shouldn't be really all that hard for him to defend altogether. That really shouldn't be all that difficult for him. As yeah, well, right now he's finishing with the piggy here, and therefore you're gonna be expecting what? It's gonna be restoration, so he's gonna be going for full-on hardcore on the water. Definitely correct decision. And what we like to see in here, as in the meantime, Kiludai is heading all the way topside with the temple and wanting to maybe even disrupt the temples or the docks as soon as possible. Because thing is, he's gonna be getting second deconstruction of one of the docks, and then he's gonna be hoping that with a few more Prometheans and potentially even the Oracles, he's gonna be able to get rid of the secondary dock. Thing is, there's gonna be even a tertiary dock already coming forward from Pennywise, so he's gonna be well prepared for whatever might be coming from the opponent. So this one Oracle is apparently dead. There was one Oracle here. Somebody, he's already biting dust somewhere behind the forest, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's kind of a good spot to apparently murder someone so that nobody sees. where the dead body is. But anyway, he's already moving forward. Gonna be getting even some extra oracles coming forward with focus. Even being researched, so they are gonna be a bit stronger. Trying to deny the gold mine in here. Unfortunately for him, it's way in range right about now of the TC. It's kind of unlucky. It apparently doesn't seem to be really heading for the water all that much for the deconstructions. And did he... No, I was kind of looking if maybe he was aiming to deconstruct the temple, but apparently not so much. Kind of wondering if he's maybe waiting to reconstruct the tower in there. Waiting for that, but so far it's not exactly the case. And yeah, well, quite obviously, Jason against the oracles, that's gonna be quite a good deal, especially with the TC shooting on that, and right about now, Odysseus on the way as well. So yeah, well, there's gonna be one of them dead. Of course, only 2 heroes and Promethean left, so I'm thinking this is already not gonna be working all that well for Kiludai. It's gonna be maybe the construction on the rock to the top side, as in the meantime, right now, of course, because of the advantage in the age. In the age that he advanced into advantage in the age advance, let's say, he's gonna be getting a few more boats. Problem is that there are way too many rocks right about now for Pennywise, and therefore he's gonna be able to spam boats quite well. He should be also right now ejecting those. If he's already fighting, then basically eject this as well, unless he wants to be for some reason keeping it secret for the whole time, which is still kind of valid. Yeah, well, right now, surprise. Exactly, quite nicely done. This one is not shooting because he's getting deconstructed right now altogether. As all the way to the top side, those 2 rocks are gonna be shooting, but still deconstructing the one in the middle is certainly the correct decision, because it's gonna be forcing Pennywise to be having only 1 duke shooting on him, and that's not really great at all. And it seems to me that actually Pennywise's house. No, he is. Yes, he is, because there was a bit of a delay between the boat getting finished and then basically being ejected. So he's having certainly quite a bit of a struggle here. On top of everything, is he right now going for the... No, he's still not. I don't think he has realized that yet, as restoration is already... That's a desperation restoration at this point. So it seems like that we are gonna be right now heading into a bit of a tough situation for Pennywise, because he pretty much didn't use the restoration for anything all that good. He was kind of forced into retreat. So very well played by Kiludai. He's gonna be right now probably owning the water quite significantly, since he doesn't have to be worried about that one thing on the water. And well, we need to be just still keeping an eye on the build order. Rather, the build order right about now. The economy, sorry. And therefore, Pennywise still having a bit of a struggle of putting any kind of effort in still. And it seems to me that Kiludai is really gonna be right now hard-pressed to be losing the water, even though the possibility is still there. The possibility is still definitely there, but if he's gonna be getting at least a bit of assistance, like some kind of random Prometheus still coming forward right about now to the dock, it might be good enough for him, as even Jason, Odysseus and Minotaur are gonna be heading to make for a new story. Maybe even Kataskopos could be joining them for a bit of fun there. These are gonna be certainly open for a bit of a raid-in, those 3 citizens through bottom, maybe even the ones through top, but you can see that Kiludai is already prepared with at least a few more mills. He's waiting for them already, maybe he has even noticed them. As they're heading for the economical raid-in. As to the top side, yeah, well, right now Pennywise pretty much realizing that the game is not going all that well for him, as the dock is already gone, and therefore he needs to be just doing what he can, trying to disrupt the water economy as much as possible. And in the end, it seems like the choice for the Kronos is actually working rather well for Kiludai. So maybe he actually trained with him. Maybe he did. Maybe he really did. So this is gonna be right now the gold still 1000. He's gonna be having to think about the secondary one really quickly, as the one through bottom is gonna be a bit disrupted because of the heroes and the Minotaur. The one through the top side could be maybe slightly safer. Maybe ever so slightly safer, as Pennywise on the right flank, that's gonna be just resulting into the second TC. Good reaction by Pennywise, because he's really realizing that the water is completely and utterly gone and he doesn't have all that much of a chance, unless, for example, he's gonna be coming back a bit later with Dionysus and a few skills. That's not entirely impossible, but right now the lead on the score is quite brutal, 500 points. Whereas right now Pennywise is having almost 900. So like half of his points above him is Kiludai. So Kiludai right about now hopefully already switched over the auto queue. Yes, he did. And he's gonna be heading for the second TC himself. And that's a good one because of the gold mine in there. And of course through bottom he cannot go all that much, as he's gonna be expecting a bit of a visit from the enemy heroes. But maybe he will be going for it nonetheless. It's actually kind of nice. 3 and 3. Heroes and normals. There's gonna be one extra normie. Come forward. Shoulder charge. deals 60 hack damage versus human units. And you can see he died for that. You know, this Zeus is gonna be dying like a proper hero, surrounded by the enemies, but yeah, well, of course, mold to that. As I now double counter, the counter barracks and military barracks coming forward next to the gold mine. So that's apparently going to be the one chosen by him for the further proceedings. And Pennywise's Katascope was actually rather suicided against the Auroch, rather than be killed by the enemy. Yeah, well, like I can understand that sentiment right about now. For him, as all the way to the top side, Pennywise, though, is gonna be eating the brothers of that mighty Auroch. Yeah, apparently having still plenty of food out of that. So let's check what's going on in the upgrades. Apparently absolutely nothing. On the economy, Pennywise slowly growing up on the food. You can see Kiludai not really that quickly growing himself, but he's gonna be getting the 30C. That's the reason why he actually didn't have all that many resources. Otherwise, he could have been quite close to a heroic age. And yeah, well, Kiludai already right now reducing the number of the boats that he doesn't need and just basically keeping a bit of a watch all the way top. Just making sure that his opponent is not going to be making a comeback and he can be still potentially destroying some units coming forward for him for a bit of raiding. In the meantime, he's going to be still continuing forward, of course, completely and utterly blocking this TC and the gold as well. The secondary gold is really kind of nice still for him. It's not really bad. Problem is that he's not going to be allowed to war all that much. So, yeah, she's going to be dying once she's going to be getting too close in that. And the relic all the way to the top side, it's Ring of the Nibelung for a bit of a gold trickle. Not entirely like a game changer, but still kind of nice in the long run. When you can be getting it and it doesn't really interfere with anything for you. So there we go. She's gonna right now Kiludai getting slightly attacked because the army is already quite solid for Pennywise. But it doesn't seem to be really solid enough at this stage. You can see double stable and double archer range right about now for him against the Atlantean, and he needs to be really getting a whole lot more horses, and much more importantly, he also needs to be getting upgrades into mediums so that he can be quite competently somehow fighting against all of those good Murmilos from the enemy that are already medium. Yeah, medium Murmilos, that's really a good unit. One of the best in the classical age, obviously. So husbandry plow. Still having, no, it doesn't have all that many piggies. But the husbandry is gonna be helpful a bit later nonetheless for farming. Increases your gathering rate a bit. And potentially even here on the berries. Thank you very much, Ipert. I was kind of thinking that the damage was a bit low in there. Definitely thinking so. So yeah, hopefully the fixed versions are gonna be available soon. But yeah, well, no pressure. Thank you very much for your work on the tooltips and on the innards of the game. Definitely interesting to learn a few things here and there that haven't been basically known until you basically discover them with Logi. And potentially somebody else you are working with. As all the way to the top, there's going to be a bit of volume for Kiludai. Maybe thinking even about trading, or especially disrupting trading for the enemy. I'm thinking that's going to be much more important, as Pennywise is heading for a bit of a raiding himself. Yes, yeah, well, all the way to the top. Nicely played. Kiludai just basically scouting the ground and the shoreline, so that he's basically going to be able to make sure that his opponent is not coming back to the water, and he's going to be able to keep it for the time being. But in the meantime, right now Pennywise has already been able to get quite a solid army. But Hyperion is all the way, rather on the way for the Kronos, with Shaft Mine on top of that as well. So that's that. There's a bit of raiding still going on, and of course gonna be moving even manor for a bit of safety on the gold. Certainly needed. Certainly needed in there. As all the way to the top side, there's gonna be a secondary gold, and of course some kind of secondary army establishment also coming forward and trying to help at least a bit through Biremes and getting rid of the villages in there. They are trying to destroy the military barracks right now. So how's it looking for blue? 90, 164. Is he already through and advancing? No, he's not. They have at least killed right now the military barracks. That's like the only victory for them, at least for the time being. Medium archers and plow for him. Both so far Kiludai. Oh yeah, Mythical Age for Kiludai is gonna be just right after. So therefore this is not looking all that well for Pennywise. And it is certainly looking like a decider to us. And this one, to us and for us in this match. This is looking really promising for Kiludai. As at this point, this is gonna be just a disruption of the gold gathering. And the next gold is here. Which right about now he's pretty much winning for himself. So he doesn't have to be out of the game altogether. But the advantage is gonna be so significant that I'm not entirely certain that he can be, even through all his mighty efforts, somehow overpower it and still claim a victory in this. But let's see. Maybe it's gonna be happening. Aha, really good block by the Hippie Country bottom. He's gonna be killing at least that one citizen, but it's gonna be like the only victory, because he's gonna be blocked pretty much the same, and he's gonna be right now utterly destroyed. But at least the hero is gone, so that's a small victory. But otherwise, the hips are not going to be present in this world and in this realm anymore. So it seems to me that right about now, actually, Kirura is not all that interested in the push, but in the push to the bottom. He's much more interested in basically just keeping it alive, kind of slightly maybe faking it, and then going full straight to the top side. Oh, that's a lot of villies here. The 22 villages right about now waiting for... No, nothing all that nice. You can see a few towers coming forward. Fortunately, doesn't have right now the upgrade going for him, as Atlas is on the way. Copper Mail and Query for him. So Kirudai in a very good position indeed. But we gonna keep repeating that all the time. All the time, rather. So how's it looking with the Echo upgrades? The baseline is prepared for Pennywise. His opponent is gonna be a whole lot better off. He's already Bowsaw and Query, but on the plow... Can be still working on that, but he does have Salt Amphora on the water, so his water economy is gonna be really pulling him quite significantly as the army is pushing forward with quite solid numbers. Quite solid numbers, but it doesn't seem like this is gonna be like some kind of winning army. It's gonna be only like an army for basic raiding, and that's not gonna be good enough. So right now Pennywise is recognizing that the Zeus on Anatolia, or rather on Mediterranean, wasn't such an supposed maybe easier win. And, well, the Kronos in the end for Kirudai was definitely quite a good choice. Quite a good choice. No good abuse. I don't think that actually... Or rather, I think that Pennywise played it kinda okay. I don't think that Kirudai played it the most optimal way. But still, it resulted into victory. It was just well played by Kirudai. And not entirely certain if Pennywise was all that prepared for this match with the Zeus. Because he kinda likes to be playing... different gods, especially Norse. So maybe a bit more training is needed, but yeah, well, maybe in the next game, as we are gonna be heading into the decider at the stage of 2-2. You can see, of course, the huge difference in the economy quite obviously. Not much of a surprise. Similar amount of units killed. Military count a bit different. That's gonna be, of course, on the account of the boats as well, though. And you have all those quick heroics and mythical ages right after. And that, of course, Pennywise couldn't match himself. Most boats, most Toxota in there, just one difference between them. One unit difference. He was able to get really good numbers, but unfortunately that was at the time already, when Kirudai was just kinda streaming through all the ups, and therefore couldn't be making all that much of a difference. Important difference. Important difference, that's correct. GG.